Her legs carried her toward the sacred temple, the place where the elders stored ancient relics, objects from long before Alujula was built. But Connie resisted. Her head screamed, "Stop. We are not meant to go there." But Abeni pushed forward, and the force of their battle sent her body into a violent seizure. Her hands stretched out, grabbing hold of a clay jar near the temple entrance. A force unlike anything she had ever felt surged through her fingertips. Then the ground cracked, the jar split open, and from inside, a thick black mist poured out, rising into the air. It twisted and curled like a snake, reaching toward the sky before rushing back down straight into Adiku's chest. A sharp pain burst through her body. The spirit world had awoken. The next morning, the elders gathered. Their faces were grave. The temple had been disturbed, and now, the spirits were stirring. Orisa finally spoke the words that had been hidden for years. Adiku's birth was not ordinary. Her mothers, two women bound by fate, were chosen by the spirits long before she came into this world, the crowd murmured. She carries an ancient power, he continued. But it is unstable. If her heads cannot find unity, she will become a vessel for something far worse. Adiku sat in silence, her head still trembling from the force of the night before. Abeni wanted to embrace the prophecy. Connie wanted to run from it. But neither could escape what was coming. The village of Alujula had always been a peaceful place. The river flowed gently, the trees stood tall, and the villagers lived in harmony. But ever since Adiku's strange encounter at the temple, things had started to change. Shadows lingered longer than they should. The wind carried whispers no one could understand. The elders spoke in hushed tones, worried that something was coming, something that had been disturbed when Adiku broke the sacred jar. Adiku had always fought herself, but now, the battle between her two heads had grown more dangerous. Abeni, the bold and adventurous head, wanted to understand what had happened at the temple. She believed that the mist that entered their body was a sign, a gift, a power waiting to be controlled. "We need to explore it," Abeni argued one morning as Adiku stood outside their hut. "Something inside us has changed, and we must figure out what it is." Connie, the fearful and cautious head, wanted nothing to do with it. She had felt the darkness that crept into their skin, the way their body trembled after that night. "No," Connie snapped. "It was a mistake. We shouldn't have gone there. We should stay hidden." Their argument lasted the entire morning. Whenever Adiku tried to walk toward the elders to ask for answers, Connie held her legs stiff, refusing to move. When she tried to sit down to forget about it, Abeni forced their arms to reach for objects, desperate to learn something. The battle within her body was getting worse. She could no longer control her movements properly. One day, she tried to fetch water from the river, but her left hand knocked over the bucket before her right hand could feel it. She tried to grind corn, but her feet refused to stand still, making her stumble. Then came the moment that terrified the entire village. It was late in the evening when the first real sign of trouble appeared. Adiku had managed to leave her hut and walk toward the center of the village. She wanted to speak with the elders, to ask them what the mist inside her truly meant. But just as she was about to enter the gathering hall, her body stopped moving. Her heads began to argue. Again, Abeni wanted to go in, Connie wanted to run away. Their voices clashed, ringing loudly in their ears. Then, it happened. Her body lifted off the ground. Gasps filled the air as Adiku's feet hovered above the earth. Villagers ran backward, fear flashing in their eyes. Her arms stretched unnaturally, fingers twisting, reaching for something unseen. Her eyes glowed, flickering like the reflection of fire on water. And then, a scream. Not her scream. Something else. A loud, chilling, unnatural scream tore through the village, coming from nowhere and everywhere all at once. Then, Adiku dropped to the ground. The villagers fled, terrified. The elders stood frozen, their faces pale. Only Orisa, the old storyteller, remained calm. She has awakened something, he whispered. That night, as Adiku lay in her hut, shaking from what had happened, the elders gathered. We must take action, one elder said. This thing inside her, it is not of this world. She broke the sacred jar, another elder murmured. We kept it locked away for a reason. Orisa was silent for a long time. Then he spoke words that sent chills down the spines of everyone present. She is not the first. The crowd grew quiet. There was another, long ago, Orisa continued. A woman with 2 heads, born with the same curse. She did not survive. The elders stared in horror. And then, someone else spoke. A voice from the shadows. She must be stopped. The voice belonged to Obina, a respected villager who rarely spoke at meetings. His eyes were sharp, his face serious. She is dangerous, Obina said firmly.